When did you decide to come to Spain?
It's at one time I was planning to go to Australia, but I decided to come to Spain instead.
Were you planning to stay or just passing through?
I made a decision to come to stay and to live here.
Okay. What do you miss the most of living away from your home place?
A lot, my family, English commercials, and fun time with my people.
From what I know, you have studied abroad. Did you have problem validation for title when you came to Spain?
Yes, I'm still having problems with that because I have to translate a lot of my curriculum and my titles to Spanish, and it has to be validated prior to me doing that, and it takes a lot of money for that as well.
When did you think of dedicating yourself to teaching English?
It was not by choice. When I came here, I was expecting to start working as an engineer in a geotechnical firm. However, because of the construction crash and the lack of jobs in engineering, I had to start teaching. So I started, it was very slow, but I managed to start working, and now I'm doing quite well teaching English.
For you, what is more rewarding when teaching, sharing, and transmitting your knowledge with others?
I like this with being with a person and getting to know them, and the most rewarding is seeing their growth, their personal growth, and understanding. Whether I'm teaching them how to play football, how to teach them how to fly a kite, even English. It's just depending on their age. It's just a matter of seeing in their eyes what they gain in knowledge themselves, and that they can do that something on their own.
Does it help to teach English at the same time you perfect your Spanish?
Yes, it does. Actually, I always think that the best method to learn is to teach, and especially languages. I've learned a lot more Spanish, especially the Andalusian, and how people speak in Sevilla when I'm teaching them English.
Okay. How many students do you have now?
Ooh, it's hard to tell. On a weekly basis, I would say it's almost 20. Once in a while, I do have to do interviews, and from there, I normally end up having to teach. Out of 5 interviews that I do for jobs, I end up teaching I end up having 2 students.
Are you trying to instill some values beyond the fact of teaching English?
It's not so much values. I consider myself a people person, and I like to teach not so much as English, but it's the way people think, because there is it seems to be for people that's non-English speakers, they tend to idolize how people think in English, but it's just like other people, and it's best for them to learn the basics of English and then getting to know people before they can make judgment on that.
Aside from English teaching, what other trade could you possibly do here in Spain?
I'm a geotechnical engineer, so as far as, despite the fact just teaching English, I teach math as well, as far as mechanical drawing and drafting and geological surveying. I have done some work as a geotechnical engineer, working in a lab and doing soils technician work.
Okay, I am not clear the previous question. Are you trying to instill some values beyond the fact of teaching English?
Yes, and it comes with the territory. As a people person, I tend to like to get to meet the person, not just to teach them, but like to find out who they are, their family, and if I'm able to do that, teach them values of as far as what life is about and as far as teaching others. I get a lot of recognition from teaching not just children but as well as adults, and I think it's mainly because of the fact that I'm very open, and I want to be able to help them as much as I can in any way possible.
Do you think that blogs would be a good method for teaching new languages?
Yes, it is, because it would help out people that don't have access to a personal teacher, but they do have access to internet and are able to have a connection, especially, for instance, if you have somebody from India that want to learn French or Russian, will be able to connect via internet and be able to contact other people or people that are wanting to learn, and be an easier method to do so.
If you could create a blog for teaching, what kind of structure, content, etc. do you think you would have?
It's a good question. There's various possibilities depending on the teaching method that I would use. I would have 2 or 3 different type of blogs. One would be for children, mainly would be for like fun time English, teaching them colors, numbers, the ABCs, and games and music. For young adults and young students, it would be the same thing but based on their level. And for adults, of course, it'd be more geared towards their professional business or what they seek to do, whether it's for English for tourism, business, or just everyday conversation.